welcome back to the channel. Today we've got quite a few things planned. Beautiful weather, and it was scorching yesterday as well. We want to build our tomato trellis, so we're going to need the auger drill for that and the metal pole that we're going to show you the design by the end of the video for that. We're also wanting to shift some of the mountains of mud behind me. I'm probably just about 20% left to move around the garden, so I'll show you what it's looking like so far. So not much progress in the summer house, kind of reprioritising the garden. So you can see I've been making my path and carving it out, and how I'm bringing all the level. And you might think, oh, there's not many weeds. It's because, yeah, they're all buried. But we're using some of the topsoil from the mountains to rebuild up the ridges of our potatoes. So they're looking pretty good. We've also, like I said, had really hot weather. So moringa is starting to wake up with his little buds. Little green shoots. Marabella over there, absolutely loving it. And we actually think there's hundreds and if not thousands of marabellas on that one over there. So yeah, you can see I kind of do it in sections for leveling the garden again. You can see this is where I've stopped for here. And if anyone will know how much I've actually moved, Danny will know. So this is probably a quarter of the height, and all this was covered, all mounded up against the planter. All this was heaped up there, and you can see I've started to get it all across the garden, and I'm just carving through this mountain, and this is my goal for today. I want to get rid of all this and have a nice line for that for the next couple of days. So like I say, we want to do a bit of building of trellises, a bit of moving of mud, but we also want to do a bit of rendering, because at 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock ish, that's when the sun is absolutely scorching. So it's not really feasible to come outside at that temperature. So we're going to go inside and do a bit of lime plastering on the hallway. So you can see I've got my poles here, and there's going to be an overlap with a post, so I'll do 2 holes to hold 2 poles, and there. So the tomatoes that Danny gave us, they've had better days. We have lost 2, but it's just because it's so dry. But they're doing okay. The not chilies, the peppers are buried in the big lettuce bushes, but they're doing okay as well. And we also planted some more leeks, because the leeks that you saw in the other video, because they were spindly out of that starter tray, they just collapsed in the heat. So we chucked a new full packet of leeks in there, direct sowed this time. Let's see the difference. Onions are doing really well, but Nish noticed that some of them are getting flowers on, which isn't a good sign. It means probably because of the weather, they've bolted and gone, they're trying to go to flower to seed. So we think these are the red ones, and we think most of these are going to try and go to flower. So we might actually harvest them and use my spring onions. But for the white onions, there's no flowers on, or no starter flower bulbs at all. So strange. Collies and broccolis or something, we can't really remember, but these guys are doing all right with the little bit of cardboard mulchy bed that we did a while ago. As you've seen on the social media posts, we're doing a lot of strawberry picking every morning, and this grass is obviously due to be cut. But the strawberries in our neighbour's plot, they haven't been thinned out as much as we'd liked earlier on in the year, and we seem to be getting less strawberries on the more established plants than we are on our plants. So I'll just quickly show you our strawberry patch, because there's most likely going to be some juicy ones on there for breakfast. So strawberries are over here. Oh yeah, let me come around the other side. You can see them peeking out. Oh, yeah, these are looking super juicy. Look at them. Oh, look at that big one. So Nish is out with a bowl coming now to harvest the strawberries. So, yeah, stay tuned. Got lots to do today. Like I say, various projects, and we'll see you in a bit.
So we're just about to head in because there's a storm on its way and it's rumbling pretty loud. We've also been getting a little bit frustrated. Things just aren't really going right. So I think it's time to down tools and I'm feeling hungry, so I'm gonna head inside for some breakfast, and I need to pop some baby plants that I got out this morning to harden off for the heat. I need to get them inside to protect them, because normally with these storms comes a very windy storm front, so I don't want them all to get destroyed as this storm approaches. So yeah, let's get these babies inside.
Okay, so whilst it's peeing it down outside, you can see that yesterday I made a start on just rendering a scratch coat onto the old brickwork, the old doorway of the old bathroom. So, first goal is to just get to the top of that, block that off, and possibly start getting an edge on this corner here and maybe bringing it up to the top. Obviously this isn't as flat or final plumbness, because we still need to build it up a bit in the middle and then get the float chart and make it nice and flat. Window area is going to be last. We've decided not to install a window here because it'll basically cut the whole house in half and it might not be structurally suitable. So we're going to render all that nice and flat. The chimney can come out later on in summer, and then we can start on the 2 columns and change the lintel later on in this year. So that's the kind of goal. So let's see how we get on. Day 3 of thunderstorms and indoor jobs. So we got the final, 99% flat coat on that brickwork. We've fixed the corner up. We've just got a little bit, maybe a metre above the doorway. Started doing the window and the left column, but you can see if I stand here against the plasterboard behind, we've got a lot to build up to make it plumb with the top, but that's no problem. Just do it over time and it should be fine. This morning I took out the chimney, the rest of the chimney stack, and if you can remember from the previous video that I took it out to just above the lintel. So this was all full of soot, and we didn't record it because if I had my phone in the hallway at the time, it would have just been destroyed. So the next plan, nice easy job for the rest of the day. These wires are actually for this light, but these wires are going to come down the wall and just be on that inner side of the right column, and it's going to be a 2-way switch. So we got the wires ready to go into that junction box, and that comes down the wall into our hallway switch here. So when we're at the bottom of the stairs, we can turn it on, and when we get to bed, we can turn it off. So now that we've got a big gap where the chimney used to be, I can feed the wires across the ceiling and then just dob it in the inside before we brick it up with half bricks like we've done there. Bring it down the ledge before we render it, and you see this little pog here. Light switch is going there. So yeah, stay tuned. So 3 days later, after doing some cosmetics in the hallway, we've managed to find a break in the storms and come outside and finish the trellises. So I'm just going to flip it around and show you what the plan is. So we got the 4 posts in upright. You can see I've got some metal bars here that I mentioned earlier in the video. So instead of drilling holes through with the impact driver and spade bit, I'm finding that really hard because these are like really solid pieces of wood and I'm burning my drill out. So now we're just going to put screws into the side, lay the bar on top and then tie it with some wire. So let's see how it goes. So that didn't last long. We got the poles in and tied it, and now it's peeing it down. And we've only been outside for half an hour, haven't we?
Not even that.
Not even that.
Okay, round 2. We've had a 5-minute shower and the sun's come back out and we're determined to get this finished today. So we're back out and we're going to try and beat the storm. There's still some grumbling going on, so we'll see how far we get today. It's starting to rain again and there's a big black thundercloud on the way this time.
So before it arrives, let's show you what we've managed to finally do. So you can see we've got the bars up. It's been fastened with some wire. Nisha's been on with that. And you might have remembered a few videos back when we planted the tomatoes, we actually put the string in the root area of the tomato. So as it grows up, you can wrap the stem of the tomato up and it makes it a lot easier for disassembling as well. There's no clips, there's no wastage of material or anything like that. So the trellises are up. You can see we've got, the twine is quite camouflaged, but you can just see some of them there. So Nisha's on with tying the last bit of that. And these 2 sections, we haven't got any out yet, but they're in the hallway and they're almost ready to be transplanted. So that's why we're preparing the trellis for them. So if I come around the other side, you can see we've got some more. So these 2 posts here, this is going to be for cherry tomatoes, something like that. And you can see the bough is a little bit short, so I just stuck another pole in and made do with that. So down this left-hand side at the back of the garden, we've got 1, 2, 3, and you can see the peas are almost finished with now. We've been harvesting them on this row, and the ones on the string trellis are doing really, really good, and you can tell there's a bit of yellowy now, but we're getting a good harvest off of them every day. So whilst these are coming down for life, we're going to plant some cucumbers and do a string trellis through these 3 posts here. So stay tuned for that. So although I said at the beginning of the video, probably about 4 days ago, that I wanted to do some mud shifting around the garden, it's too boggy, it's too swampy. So that might have to be for another day. And like I say, the storm's coming now and that could be it. Managed to do some rendering, managed to harvest a lot of stuff, managed to get the tomato trellis up. So all around, good week so far, in and out of the indoors and outdoor jobs. So thank you very much for watching. And if you like the video, don't forget to hit that bell and subscribe. Thanks very much. Ciao for now.